Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of uranium. It's one of my favorite sectors. Please just use it as my financial opinion. Please don't use it as advice. But things are looking good. We'll take a look at the charts. I'll give you my opinion, and here we go. We'll let the charts do the talking. So we've got the Sprott Physical Uranium Trust. We have broken to the upside here. Nice, good volume. Looking quite strong. Everything's looking good. We have a little bit of a down day yesterday. Sideways day today. It was up 2.2%, but looks like a sideways day compared to these monster days. Could we come back a little bit? Yeah, we could pull back a little bit. Again, this is just kind of short-term noise. We should have been a buyer in this tip over here. That's where I was a buyer. And now we should be a rider. We should be riding this thing higher. Uranium, a little bit of a small down day. Almost a bearish type piercing. It didn't go at the 50th percentile, but we could have a little bit of a pullback. If we get a pullback, I'd like to see small down days. It doesn't mean necessarily that we will get a pullback, but it's what I like to do is I like to buy off this bullish engulfing. That's a clear pattern for a move higher. Now, are we going to get a little move like this? Are we just going to jet higher? It's tough to say because I can't predict the middle movements. They're kind of hard. But what you can do, if you want to look at this, you could do a kind of a retracement here and see kind of where the stickiness is. And you can kind of see that we got stuck here at this resistance line of 0.5. So this is a retracement. This is 24%, 38%, 50% retracement, 61 and 78% retracement from bottom to top of this move here is the retracement. We found support at 0.786, and we're coming up and we're hitting these little resistance lines. Will this pull back and go sideways here? Because we've got a lot of trading all going through here, a lot of resistance coming back up through it. Maybe. I can't tell you if we're just going to blow through it, if we're going to go a little bit sideways or pull back a little bit. But we're right at that kind of resistance area as we come back through it. And that's where we're at. Bannerman, a little bit of a down. I mean, it's a down day, 6.33%, a little bit of a bearish engulfing. We could pull back a little bit. But overall, the sector's kind of mixed depending on some of the stocks. Goviax is showing, it's popped higher above its resistance line. It is a breakout. It could do a return move back to the top of this, and then we get going again. We could get going again. Global Atomic, it's also at its resistance line. You can see the little wick at the top. It tried going, and then it came back with a little bit of sellers up here. We've sold off here before. It's doing it a little bit again. Could we go sideways or pull back a little bit? Yes, we can. Could we blow right through this? That is also a possibility. So what I'm saying is all possibilities are on the table. And the best thing to do of this course of action is to hold on. That's my take. Thesis, a little bit of a down day today. It's also at resistance. That's why you got the wick yesterday. Getting a little bit of resistance today with a small down day. Everything's still looking good. Pierpoint Uranium, more of a it opened very high, it closed down, but it was still an up day today. Usually these kind of are preceded, or what comes next is usually a little bit of a down day or two, usually. Deep Yellow breaking out of its downtrend line, looking pretty good. Just kind of a normal day today. Paladin Energy, PALAF. This is an African producer company. It's getting a little bit of sell-in pressure. That's what that big wick is at the top here. We're right at this resistance line. We hit our head on that resistance line and came back down. And we're doing that everywhere. We got resistance all through here. You can see the wick at the top for Sky Harbor. It tried breaking through, but there's some sellers up there. And we're trying to break through this stickiness where I've got this in here. We're trying to break through it. There's some sellers up there. NXE, this is a reversal bearish piercing pattern where we could pull back a little bit. Maybe we pull back a couple of days and then take off again. So what I'm looking for is if we're going to get a pullback, I want to see small little down days in comparison to these large up days that we have right here. I want like small little down days coming down and then another move higher if we get the small down days. Canalaska up 4.88%. It's just a small little up day. Nothing really to write home about or anything like that. Base load, small little up day, little wick at the top. We could pull back just a teeny bit. FISOF, this one also has a wick at the top. It's got a little bit of resistance through here. You can tell with that wick, it came up and some sellers came in, sold it off a little bit. FCUUF, a little wick at the top. You get a small little up day today. There is some sellers up here. You can see previous sellers through here. So we're trying to fight through a resistance level. If the buyers come in here and just smoke this thing higher, that is a possibility. So I don't want people trying to play the short term. That's not what I do. What I do is I look for where are the resistance levels? Where can I pick up more shares? We've got support right underneath it. We're just going through that resistance area. Camco, a little bit of resistance through here as well. You can see we've traded here a couple times before. A little bit of selling pressure. Kazatomprom getting sold off. Bearish and it could be a bearish engulfing, but usually they don't show up at the bottom of the pattern. So this tough to read here. I don't necessarily know if I'd be a buyer of this stock right now. PenMF, looking at this guy here. Whoa. Nice. Let me see if we can do the log here. There we go. Coming through here, and it looks like we're playing with this upper resistance line, trying to break through and get away from it. There are some sellers up there. Boss Energy breaking through its resistance line, downtrend line. We're going to start to play with this guy up here next, is our next eyes. And we could do a return move and do a back test. Could be in the cards. Consolidated Uranium, small little update today. We've broken the big long-term downtrend pattern. This is usually a good time to be buying, is on the tops of these patterns. LTSR, Lotus Resources, nice good launch there. A little bit of a down day today, a little bloody nose is what we call it. Big tall guy with the bloody nose. I do think this will continue higher eventually. Uroy showing some strength, up 5.1% and a strong finish. That one actually looks really good. Encore Energy, wow, real strong finish, going above its resistance line, popping above that. Actually, this looks really good. Good volume stepping in. UUUU, small little update today. It is we call it a black candlestick. We opened up and finished down a little bit. It could be a reversal pattern, but again, guys, the momentum here, if money comes rolling in here, it will roll in and push everything higher. UR Energy's looking really good. Nice, good, strong update today. Finished pretty decent. Looks good. UEC, another one that has a little bit, we call it a black candlestick, even though it opened up, finished down throughout the day. It was still an up day, 2%. We are right above its resistance line coming through here. LEU, a little bit of a sell-off today. Maybe we do a little retest to the support line. That would probably be a pretty good buying opportunity. We are at this resistance area right there. You can see we're right at it, doing kind of a retest move. I don't know. I mean, I think it looks good. If you guys want to fire some off, that's up to you. But it doesn't look bad. It looks good. A little bloody nose on Lightbridge. Massive up days, little small down day today. Still looks good to go higher if the buyers decide to push it higher. ISO Energy, monster move today, busting through its long-term support line or resistance line, going back up. It's a support line now. The line I'm talking about is this big boy here. We're coming in and cutting back through it. So that looks good. Good development there. Appia Energy's playing with its downtrend line. All these, I think, will break to the upside and make major moves. DNN's moving on up, still looking good. The momentum is coming back down on this day today. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Blue Sky Uranium, another up day, but the momentum is coming back down. A little bit of selling pressure right at this resistance line that we're coming up to as it comes through here. Form Energy Metals, small little up day. I do think that we'll probably get a return move and then a move higher. So that one still looks good. Anfield Energy just moving sideways. It's right at its long-term resistance line. We break this resistance line, guys. This could be a big mover. Right here's a decent spot, I think, for an entry point. We've got higher lows coming in. We're playing with this resistance line. We break it. We might do a return move and then a big move higher. The volume's stepping up very nicely here on this right-hand side. I think this looks like a bottom. It smells like a bottom. It is a bottom. I would be a buyer here if you want kind of a more higher leverage play. Laramide, LMRXF, nice good move. It's above its resistance area, still looking good. Western Uranium getting the nice good push higher today. It's broken its downtrend line. Everything is intact. Looks good. UEXCF, a little bit of a down day today. A little bit of a split on some of these companies. And then Mega Uranium's an up day. We are in this selling pressure area. The selling pressure area is all through here. We've tried going through it a couple times. Sellers, we just hit sellers up there. But if we can maintain up here and then get moving, you could see a very big move once the buyers overwhelm the sellers. So I think it still looks good. The whole sector looks good. I would be kind of a holder. I'd hold on to this stuff, guys. Some of these companies look good to pick up some shares. It's up to you if you want to do that. I might pick some up here shortly in the portfolio that I'm creating for the Finding Value Finance portfolio, donations portfolio. Uranium, I haven't integrated anything in uranium yet. It hasn't allowed me. I need to let the money settle, and then we'll fire some off in this uranium sector to get some exposure to it. If you guys like the content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.